We are getting ready to make a one skillet meal. Chicken, potatoes, and onions. It is amazingly delicious. You can throw a side with it or a veggie and you have a complete meal. And it's done in minutes. So I am going to start off by doing my prep. Then we're going to bring the chicken out and get it all cut up and seasoned up as well before we head to the stove. Now you want to cut your potatoes in dice-sized pieces because you don't want big chunks of potatoes. Pretty much this size. We're going to put them in some water until we're ready for them. Now we need to chop up a few cloves of garlic. Depending on how big your pieces of garlic are, that's what you'll need. I'm just going to use these 4 right here. Next, I have some fresh parsley from my garden at the Scaredy Cat Gardener on YouTube. And we're just going to chop this up, stems and all, and we'll be adding it in as well. Okay, so I am now getting ready to cut up my chicken. I had it marinating in some of my all-purpose prep seasoning overnight. So we're just going to cut it up. And the reason for the double cutting boards is so that I won't have to clean my main one. If I need to cut something up, we'll just set this aside and clean it later. Now I am actually using chicken breast, but you can use chicken thighs or any part of the chicken you want. Just know that if you cook with the chicken breast, it won't take as long because it's the white meat and it just doesn't take as long and it can dry out quickly. So you want to make sure that you don't overcook it. And again, we're going to cut this into bite-sized pieces. Just like that, just like we did the potatoes. Okay, first off, we're just going to season our chicken a little bit more with some salt and some cracked black pepper. We will be adding our other seasonings in a little bit later. After you get that pepper in there, you want to go ahead and give it a good stir and make sure it's well combined. Okay, from here, we're going to head over to the stove. Go ahead and heat your skillet, and I am using some macadamia nut oil just to brown the chicken. You want to get it nice and brown. You don't want to overcook it yet because it's going to cook some more, but make sure it's good and have that color on it. Okay, we're going to let this cook. Okay, now that we're starting to get some color, On our chicken, we want to go in and add our onions and cook until they start to soften and caramelize. Also, add in your red pepper flakes. Now that our onions have started to caramelize a little bit, you want them to have a good bite, but they should be starting to caramelize like that. You want to go ahead and remove your chicken and onions from the skillet to another dish. Add in a tablespoon more of the macadamia nut oil. And our potatoes. Now, with the potatoes that you had soaking in water so they wouldn't brown, make sure you drain them and pat them dry so they won't be so wet. Okay, stir your potatoes around just a little bit, even though they haven't actually started cooking yet, so that they will have just a tad bit of oil on all sides before we put our seasoning in, so that our seasoning will adhere. We're going to go in with a little cumin. Just a little bit of salt. You can leave the salt out if you don't want it. My Pam's Prep all-purpose seasoning. And some dried thyme. This is dried thyme again from my garden at the Scaredy Cat Gardener on YouTube. A little dried thyme in there. Give it a good stir and then let them cook. We are going to put a top on it so that they can become tender. Make sure all your potatoes are coated with some of that seasoning. And you can coat them before you start cooking if you like. That's just something that I always do. I always do it in the skillet. Okay, we're going to put the top on it and we'll be back. You want to go in and stir your potatoes every now and then, so they can get golden brown and a little crispy. Ooh, these are looking amazing and they smell delicious. Oh my goodness. Ooh, delicious, delicious, delicious. Okay, I'm gonna let these cook a little bit more. Potatoes are nice and tender, so now we're going to go in with a pat of butter, a couple of tablespoons. We're going to add in our garlic. We want to saute that about maybe a minute, 30 seconds, and our fresh parsley. Go ahead and combine that. After your garlic starts to become fragrant, we're going to add our chicken back in. All the juices and everything. And stir. Now we're going to let this simmer for just about 2 or 3 minutes. Let those flavors gel together. Whew. look, y'all. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh my goodness. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Ooh, okay. It's time for us to do our taste test. Yes. Okay, this is smelling amazingly delicious. Ooh, I can't wait. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss anything. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for keep coming back and enjoying time with me here in my kitchen. I appreciate each and every one of you, and channel members, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's taste it. Yeah, I need to get a piece of potato, onion, got onion on there, and I need to get a piece of chicken, and this is hot, but that's okay. We're gonna taste it anyway. Ooh, y'all need smell of vision, smell of vision. Ooh, okay. Gotta let this cool just a second. Not too long though. Ooh. Okay. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. Mmm. The fresh parsley. My Pam's Prep all-purpose seasoning. The cumin, the onions, the thyme, the black pepper, the salt. Everything you can taste in here. The potatoes are like nice and like slightly crispy on the outside, but they're soft and tender on the inside. The chicken is cooked to perfection. For it to be breast, is still nice and juicy. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I'm getting ready to plate some up, and I am going to have me a nice plate of food. All right. Throw a salad with it. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.